Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming at you live from Tomball, Texas for round 3 of the Super Regional NIT. We've got live action today from the 14U SBA Bolts taking on BPA of California. This is the round of 8. Yesterday, both teams won 2 games to get to this level. And the Bolts have a very similar lineup to the 2 games that were played yesterday. I've got that for you right here. Give me 10 seconds. Let me pull it up. Leading off, playing shortstop today. He spent a lot of time at second base yesterday. Aiden Kearney. Playing first base, batting second, number 24, Luke Esquivel. Number 28, Juju Martinez is playing third base today. Had a great couple of games yesterday. Caught both games behind the dish and really was fantastic both defensively and at the plate yesterday. A very big day for Juju Martinez, or Julian Martinez. Juju, as he goes by on the lineup card, especially in the game 1 yesterday. I probably harped on this a lot, but He made a play in the top of the first against the first team that the Bolts were taking on. They got 2 runners on, first and second, with nobody out, and had a right-handed batter at the plate. They clearly were trying to bunt the runners into scoring position in the top of the first, and there was an outside pitch. The batter pulled back the bunt, and Juju came up and fired a strike to first base, and they cut down the runner at first with the back pick. Got him by about, a foot. It was just a fantastic throw, fantastic baseball IQ, and it ended up putting a real kibosh on the, on that particular inning. So that's Martinez, but he's playing third base today. He's still in the 3-hole. Isaiah Torres is in left field, number 27. He started at pitcher in the first game yesterday for the Bolts. Zach Estrada, DH, had some big hits yesterday. Pence is extra hitter today. He got some time at third base, hit one off the wall in late innings in the first game, I believe, yesterday. Corian is catching. Motley in center field, who was also in the lineup yesterday. Carrion wasn't in the lineup yesterday. Vasquez is playing second base. He spent a lot of time at shortstop yesterday. And Constantine is in right field. Brody spent time on the hill and time as a position player yesterday. Liam Skeen is going to be on the hill starting for the Bolts today. We got a different camera angle. We're going to be focused behind the plate. We're not going to have 2 camera angles today, and we'll be able to follow the ball a little bit more accurately. Plus, we've got some rain clouds out here. We've got a little bit of risk of moisture, and we just can't get our electronics out there exposed to that. So instead of being set up in right field like we were for the 2 games last night, we've only got a single camera angle, and we're set up behind home plate, and hopefully I'll be able to see the action and bring it to you live. Once again, you're listening to and watching Bolts Baseball Live on Tradio. I've got a lineup for the BPA California team, and I'd like to share that with you right now. Number 14, Jacobus, is leading off, and he's playing center field. Number 2, Rose, is in the 2-hole, and he's playing second base. Number 16, McDonald, is at first base in the 3 spot. Hall is number 1 on the team, and he's playing shortstop, and he'll be doing the cleanup duties today. Looks like Burgess, number 27, is going to be catching and batting 5th. Kim is on the hill, and he's number 6, and he'll be in the 6th spot. Armenta is the DH, and he's number 77. Rooney. Rooney's in left, number 8. And Brosterhouse is shortstop. No, let's see. Yeah, he's third base. Excuse me. He's playing third base, and he's number 23. The DH will be for number 19, Swain, who is playing in right field. If you made it this far in this Super Regional NIT, you got skills, you know how to play baseball. Looking forward to a great day on the diamond as we're in the final 8. Your SBA Bolts 14U national team, ranked number 1 by perfect game in this particular class, is 33-0. Played a real tight game last night. I mean, the team that they played had some real crafty left-handed pitching. Had guys that weren't giving in to any of the batters, were changing speeds, were spotting their breaking pitches. And the Bolts got up 2-0, but then in the top of the 5th, the team they were playing scored a couple of runs to tie it up. And the Bolts came in the bottom of the 5th, got the bases loaded with 2 outs on a 3-2 count. The batter took a pitch outside and was able to walk in the winning run. But in terms of excitement, in terms of intensity, in terms of the games that you want to see, and hopefully the games that you are watching online on Tradio, that was one of the top ones. And there's a lot of excitement involved in that game. Bolts came out on top, though, to extend their record to 33-0 in perfect game events for this national team. So we'll see how they handle things today. We'll be right back with you. You're listening and watching to Bolts Baseball Live on Tradio.
Yeah, I'm going to get, I'm shocking someone.
want to make sure I give you guys a few tips. If you're watching live on YouTube today, if you're on a cellular device, there's there's a little gear. If you tap the video screen while you're watching, there's a gear icon that shows up in the top right. You can click the gear icon, and you can choose. You can choose the data rate that you want to use, or the resolution. Sometimes these YouTube feeds, they want to default to some really low rates, 240, 360, 480p. You want to make sure you go in and you choose that, check advanced, and you can actually choose 1080p on your mobile device, but you don't really need that. You could choose 720 to get the best viewing experience. We're broadcasting in 1080p at 60 frames per second. YouTube turns that into a bunch of different formats to save on the network strain and stress. So if you're watching at home, if you're on a desktop, or if you're on a Apple TV or Roku or anything like that with YouTube application, click on that that gear and then select 1080p at 60, and you'll be able to get everything that you need. So in terms of the best quality, hopefully that'll improve your experience. As I said, 1080p at 60 is pretty tight. We may have some challenges with lighting today, just given the location of the sun in the park and where we're set up. But hopefully you enjoyed. Our camera guy likes this angle better because he's able to follow the action and follow the ball a little bit more cleaner. So I think there's going to be a little better experience for everybody. The coaches are meeting at home plate right now, and we're just moments from getting underway here in the third round of bracket play on this 2024 Super Regional NIT Perfect Game event, coming at you from Premier Baseball in Tomball, Texas. You're watching SBA Bolts Baseball Live on Tradio. I mean, look, the only thing, I'm just sitting in there doing, you go. Thank you. So Liam is getting loose on the hill, and ready to get started here. Plate meeting has happened. Players are excited. And we're about to bring you some really good baseball here. Little adjustment there by our camera guy to get closer to the action. Looks like the fence line might start filling up. I may be at risk on my view. Kind of looking right into the sun. We apologize for that. We don't really have any way to put a camera out and sit. That's not really true. I guess if we wanted to, we could pull that off in center field. But when we got here, it was just way too wet to think about doing a center field camera. First pitch is going to be a ball inside. Oh, right down Peachtree. I could say that because I was in Atlanta for a period of time. Another whiff. I don't know what we got on the gun down there, but we'll get you some info. That was an overpowering pitch right there. Liam is bringing it today. Another fastball. Put one on the K meter for the BPA SBA Bolts. You can join our channel. And you go to the chat. When you click the smiley face, you should have some emojis that we set up. Baseball and a strikeout K with a flame on it. I love baseball emoji. Wow. Some good quick hands by number 2 for BPA. Couldn't catch up to Skeen's fastball, though. This is Rose, the second baseman for BPA today. Man, Liam is on. Putting it up there and say, hey, if you can hit it, go ahead. If you can't, go back and take a seat. Breaking pitch coming, I think. Hanging in there. It's number 2, Rose, the second baseman for BPA. Had a couple reasonable swings, solid swings. Kind of gets right on the line there, owns the inside. Let's see how Liam takes it. High and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter. Another case swinging. Skeen is on the money today. Two down for the Bolts here. Your SBA 14U Bolts national team. Coming to bat for the BPA, number 16, McDonald. He's playing first base today for BPA. Man, that first pitch strike is so important. Excuse me. You get that across, and there's so many options that you have. There's a breaking pitch. Man, super impressed with how McDonald kept his hands back, but it's going to be the third out for the BPA team. as we roll to the bottom of the first. Your score from Tomball, Texas, the Super Regional NIT. BPA 0 and SBA Bolts coming to bat. You know, we talked about it yesterday a little bit, how these tournaments are a super big grind for the pitching. And just about everybody on the roster has got to be able to go to the hill and eat a few innings. By now, if you're in the third round, you played pool game action. I don't know how many pool games they played in this event to get a seeding of the 32 teams, which incidentally the Bolts are seeded number 2 in the tournament. Probably a run differential situation or runs allowed situation or whatever the key metric is that the tournament decides. I think it's probably runs allowed in the end. But you got to have pitching to go deep, and you got to be able to bring it during the bracket play. Here's number 47, Aiden Kearney, playing shortstop today for the SBA Bolts. Hard hit ball, got through to left field, and Kearney will be on first base with a leadoff hit for the Bolts. Starts things off and nicely, and picks up where he left off from last night. Put the ball in play every time he came up. Here's number 24, Luke Esquivel for the Bolts. Currently rated right now as the number 2 prospect by PG for the class of 2028. That's a pretty significant stature. Takes the ball. Another ball up. Catcher popped up like he was going to try to do a back pick. A back pick at first base. Now we've got a 3-0 count here. I don't know what oh yeah, he's going to take a pitch. He's going to end up at first base, and Kearney might round and test the arm of the catcher today, but decides not to. 2 runners on the bases for the Bolts. He's going to bring up Martinez. Martinez had fantastic games yesterday. Might be called upon, though, in this situation to give himself up. I know that different coaches play different strategies here, but being able to get a bunt on the ground is a crucial aspect. Now you see everybody huddling, and the brain trust is going over what they want to do, and Martinez has his marching orders, and he's walking back to the plate. So let's see how the SBA Bolts play this one. Runners at first and second with nobody out here. We're in the bottom of the first inning of the quarterfinal round, actually, of this tournament down here in Tomball. Takes a strike right down the middle. It's a good job of Kim to get ahead in the count. Runners have pretty significant lead at first base, but the first baseman is nowhere in sight, playing way off the line. Almost, I mean, I've seen second baseman play in the position where he is. And second baseman is rolled over close to the bag. It's kind of a unique lineup, I guess, defensively. Coach comes down to talk to Juju to figure out what they're going to do. There's a bunt. Nicely done by Martinez. He's going to move the runners up, and now we know how they're going to play it. 2 runners in scoring position for the 4-hole hitter, Isaiah Torres. Great sack bunt. Pushed it to the right. Some strategy would be to excuse me, drag the bunt back to the left, force the third baseman to make a play on it, but the job was done. Good job by Martinez. There's a ball in. The Reeds are conservative here at the beginning of the game. Swing and a miss by number 27, Isaiah Torres. Torres in left field today. Sounds are getting loud. They must be having a big play on another field. Right now, this game's just developing here on field 4. 2-1's our count with Isaiah Torres. And it looks like Kim's not really going to give in to him with first base open. 3 balls and 1 strike. Tried to stay away on every pitch, including off speed. There's a ball that's fouled back. Torres was out in front of that pitch. It's going to make it a 3-2 count with first base open. That ball's away. Torres shows good plate discipline. Ends up at first base. The base is loaded. Bolts threatening to break it open here in the bottom of the first. Kim steps off the back. So Torres at first and Kearney at third. Esquivel is at second base. First pitch is a strike on the low outside corner. Nice and fluid motion by Kim on the hill. Coming downhill and hits his spot and executes his pitch. Ball got by. Kearney's going to score on that with no problem. Bolts take an early lead here in the third round of this tournament. Zach Estrada. in the box. He's DHing today, number 42 for the SBA Bolts. Pitch stayed high and in. Timing was off a little bit on that one. Estrada fouls it off to the left. You know, this Bolts team at 33-0 has learned how to win, and they've learned how to win in tough situations. Excuse me. Getting a lot of light reflection off the turf right now. Estrada gets a walk down to first base. Got significant wind out here today. The flag in center field is really whipping around. Looks like BPA is going to go ahead and make a pitching change. Base is loaded here. See if I can get the number on that for you. Okay, it looks like they're bringing Brosterhouse in from third base to pitch, number 23. And somebody came in off the bench to go in. Looks like number 18, Tiemann. No? Is that 8 or 18? Okay, Rooney moved to third base from left field. So I'll have to figure out who went into the order for the spot here. The important thing, though, is where we stand right now is the bases are full of Bolts here. We've got a 1-0 game. And this is Pence batting now for the Bolts. Had a good day yesterday. Hit one off the wall, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. He gets a pitch that he's just a little bit late on. Fouls it off to the left. One of the things we noticed yesterday is there's left-handed hammers in this lineup for the Bolts. They keep bringing the lefties. There's no real matchup advantage from pitching perspective, I don't think. And there's a ball that's hit hard to the shortstop. Could be a double play. Second base on to first. It is. And BPA gets out of a jam, only giving up 1 run. Ground ball to the shortstop, turned by the second baseman over to first base to pick up the double play. We're going to roll to the bottom of the, to the top of the second. We're live from Tomball, Texas at the Perfect Game Super Regional NIT. This is the 3rd round. You're watching Bolts Baseball Live on Tradio. We're back at you from Tomball, Texas, where the Bolts are in the field for the top of the second inning. First pitch from Liam Skeen is outside. Wow, he is bringing it today. Just got to keep it in the zone. Pitch is inside. Batting now for BPA is the cleanup hitter, Hall. He's a shortstop that started that double play in the bottom of the first. It's a great job by the middle infielder to turn that. There's a pitch. Yeah. I thought it was a strike too, but the umpire was closer than me. And he hesitated. And it's going to be a walk. So now BPA's got a runner on first base here. And it brings up number 27, Burgess, catcher. No hesitation by the coach for the Bolts. You throw 5 straight balls. He's going to walk out there and talk to you about it. Probably just to settle everybody down, really. That's exactly what that visit was. Reasonable lead at first base. He's still inside the cut with his left foot. And there's a pitch right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lead is even shorter at first base here. He takes off, though. Great pop time. Good job by the runner. He got a walking lead. Wasn't checked down. And he had his momentum headed that way. Pitches a ball. And BPA will have runners on have a runner on second base in scoring position with nobody out. Let's see how they play it. First baseman Esquivel coming in thinking that the bunt. Great bunt. That's going to be a base hit. That is a perfect bunt. He pushed it beyond the pitcher toward the shortstop who was rolling over to cover second base. Just excellent execution by BPA that time. They've got runners on the corner with nobody out. This could be another bunt opportunity. Yes, squaring around for us. Oh, that's a pop in the air. That's exactly what you didn't want. He's going to beat it out anyway. Wow. That worked out their advantage. And that was Kim still in. Started on the hill. And wow. BPA threatening to do some damage here in the top of the second. Bases are jacked. This is Armenta, DH. And he takes inside for a ball. Two balls. This is a time where you look around and see if you can get a pick out somewhere, get a free one on the bases. But they look like they're playing pretty conservative. That's a strike. Hammered the outside edge. Hit the black. Well executed 2-0 pitch. 2-1 pitch on the way. High and up. 3-1. Dangerous pitch here. Armenta's the DH for a reason, I'm sure, for the BPA squad. Base is loaded. He's looking for a pitch. Wind is doing crazy things to the left. Ooh, wow. Pitch was up. Going to walk in and run here. Wow. Number 8, man, some good quick hands. That's Rooney up there. And I think he moved to third base in the transitions last time when they rolled a different pitcher. There's a strike, back pick, good throw would have gotten him. That's a good call. Tough to do, though, with a I guess that was strike 3 on the batter. Tough to do with a left-handed hitter. There's a bunt. Everybody rotate it, though, and so there's no opportunity to do a pickoff at third base. Pitch was high. No, he called it a strike. I saw no balls and 1 strike with his hands. Swing and a miss. It's number 23, who's now on the hill. Brosterhouse. Hope I'm saying that name correctly. I'm sitting inside the concession stand if anybody wants to come correct me on the names. Wow. Great 0-2 pitch, just at the top of the zone, just extended outside quite a bit. Not quite a bit. I guess that's incorrect. A little bit. Big lead at first base again. Here's where you do that back pick. They're not going to check him. They don't have an umpire in the right position to make that call. Outside pitch, back pick would be good at first here. That looks like strike 3. Yep. I have a real problem with the umpire, though. He's moving his head on the pitch. He's got to keep it still. I don't know. Call me crazy. But they've got a lot of years of experience calling plays behind the dish. And he is weaving in and out on the pitch. And he's not getting down in a spot. Now, there's a rip to left center. That's going to be through. And that's going to score at least 2 runs. They're going to send a 3rd run to the plate, and that's going to score as well. A bases-clearing double for Brosterhouse. Wow. BPA Cali up 4-1 now in this quarterfinal game from Tomball, Texas. Strike called. I could tell you that yesterday, at no point in the games did we're back to the actually, I didn't give the right credit. That was Jacobus who jacked that ball in the left center field gap. I apologize for that. We're at the 2-hole now. This is Rose, second baseman. So the leadoff man comes up with a bases jacked with 2 outs and gets a double to left center field gap. I mean, tell me that's not something you want your leadoff guy to do. It's excellent. But anyway, at no time yesterday were the Bolts behind. They were tied a few times, obviously at the beginning of the game and in that nightcap. Great breaking pitch. It got away from him a little bit and broke too much, if there's such a thing. Wind is blowing briskly from right to left, from right field to left field. Oh, he checked his swing. The umpire looked at him a little bit. Rose has got a 3-2 count. Let's see what happens. He's going to be down at first for the walk. The brain trust over in the Bolts dugout talking about what they want to do. And it looks like just don't hit my power, okay? Just don't hit my power cord down there. And looks like they're going to bring in Luke Esquivel from the field, at least probably with the intention of getting him loose. Boom, foul back. BPA has strung together a lot of excellent plays here in the top of the second, including just a super well executed bunt pushed toward the shortstop by the pitcher and that bunt only. It's a base hit on turf. Great breaking pitch. I don't know what is going on with that pitch. This umpire was frozen, and the reason he's frozen is because he's moving his head. He's not fixed. He doesn't know how to keep his position. Wow, that is a bomb hit to right field. Is it going to stay in the park? It is. BPA does some damage, though. A Jacobus double to the left center field gap with the bases loaded. Gives them the lead, clears the bases. They're up 4-1 as we roll to the bottom of the second. You're watching Bolts Baseball Live on Tradio. All right, we got an uphill battle to climb here. Bolts are staring at the bottom end of a deficit, a 4-1 game. Jacobus for the BPA Cali team kept his hands inside on a sweet left-handed swing. That's a good pitch for strike. A sweet left-handed swing in the top of the second. Drove it an outside pitch to the left center field gap. Center fielder laid out for it, but it was by everybody. I mean, and there's a rip right there, but it's going to be playable to center. For the Bolts. That was Carrion, catcher, flied out to center field. Now ends number 88, Motley, playing center field. I want to say Trendon. Fouls one back off to the left. Brosterhouse. I can't tell what the signal was on the pitch call. It's anyway, I don't know. I'm going to leave my commentary to myself, I guess, on that. There's a ball that's got some spin toward the sideline. Shortstop tracks it down, fades back in a little bit at the end, but fielded cleanly, and the Bolts have 2 outs. They're working with 1 out here left in the bottom of the second. This looks like Vasquez, the second baseman today for the Bolts. One ball, one count on Vasquez. Up. Need base runners now. 2 balls, 1 strike. I guess you don't want to take a pitch off the knee. There's a rip. Just missed it. Nice inside fastball. I think that's Brosterhouse. Got his second knuckles lined up there on the grip. Takes inside for ball 3. Ball's down, so the Bolts get a runner down to first base and brings up Constantine, who pitched last night in the second game, doing a good job. Brody Constantine playing right field today for the SBA Bolts. And, BPA Cali coach is going to head out and talk to his pitcher. I think this is more of just a pace of play, slowing things down, kind of deal. Make sure he's locked into the moment and that he has a lot of confidence. The Bolts, on the other hand, can view this differently. I mean, anytime you are the offensive team and you're able to generate a defensive mound visit, you got to feel good about something. And I'm sure that's what they're thinking. On deck is Kearney, who's had a good day, had a base hit in the bottom of the first. So only 1 run on the board for the Bolts, but they're batting their 9th batter right now. And I guess the BPA Cali team rolled it over as well, with Jacobus doing his job. Vasquez has a moderate lead at first base. Constantine sees a curveball for a strike. What a fantastic pitch. Just a little bit of breaker that had a snap at the end. Caught the corner. Throw over to first, back in plenty of time. No tag even applied. Conservative lead at first. Catcher thought about zinging it down there. There was a pretty good secondary lead that time by Vasquez from first base. But in general, I imagine with a 3-run deficit, we're looking at some quite conservative approach. Dropped a deuce in there. I had the last pitch incorrectly. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's the count now. There's a ball that's hit straight up in the air. Looks like everybody's converging on it. I don't know who's going to take it. Left fielder calls it off and catches on the heel of his glove. And the BPA Cali team shuts down the Bolts here as we roll to the top of the third. BPA Cali 4. Undefeated 14U SBA Bolts. Number 1 ranked team in the country. 1. Ah, wow. Take it. Strike called. Another strike. Hopefully the image is solid for you. We're trying to go through a net here, and you know, it's a little bit of a challenge to actually there's a waste pitch outside on 0-2. Broke it down to the dirt. A little bit of overthrow there, I think, by Liam. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Drilled him in the back. Wow, that hurt. Ow. Looks like Luke Esquivel. Luke Esquivel is going to come to the hill for the Bolts. Number 24, the first baseman. Changing his shoes, putting on his turf shoes. think that was Hall or Burgess. No, that was Hall. Hall that got hit by the pitch. Man, drilled him right in the back. So he'll be at first base with nobody out when we resume play after Luke Escobar gets one. Can't make it to the semis if you don't make it past the quarters. So I guess that's what the thinking is at this point. Runner at first, very conservative lead. Escobar lets it fly, and it'll be ball one to the batter. This is Burgess, the catcher for BPA. See how they play this. They've got nobody out and a runner at first. And a strike called that time. Squared to bunt. I thought he offered at it. Yeah, he did. I agree. Yeah, he didn't make an obvious move to pull back. What? Okay, maybe not. 2 balls, 1 strike, I guess now. Yeah, I don't think the umpire knows that was a he changed his call. He first called it a strike, and then he changed it. Wow. Okay. So even the guy in the field gave him the chest signal, which is two fists on the chest, holding it, and that means give me your count. Let me know what your count is. And there's a steal and good throw down. That guy's going to be out. Boom. Great job by the catcher behind the dish today for it's carry on. Escobar just blows it right by him. Wow. Hammered the strike zone. Don't know what that kind of mustard that had on it, but that had some kick. Wow, I'm impressed that number 6 got the bat on the ball there. It's going to be a fly ball, long fly ball to right field, and that'll do it for the BPA Cali team. We're rolling to the bottom of the third. Your score here from Tomball, Texas is BPA Cali 4, SBA Bolts 1 coming to bat. Top of the order now for the Bolts. Number 47, Kearney. Playing shortstop today, takes a pitch for a strike. There's a rip down the left field line. If it's fair, it's extra bases, and it's not. It's going to be about 15 or 20 feet wide. Strike three. That's a good pitch. Threw it right to the mitt. Weather was may have been a bit outside, but he's been calling that strike all day. You have to check it on the replay, see what we have. Coach for the Bolts comes down, and I think Coach Robbins is his name. And comes down and has a few words with the umpire. Just kind of say, hey, man, you're going to be out there. You got to give it to us, too. Wow. Okay, now I got to go the other way on that. That pitch looked like it could have been called a strike, too. Maybe who knows. Esquivel's in here with a 1-ball count. And once again, we've got the wind is changing directions on us. It's going right to left. And all of a sudden it stopped. Three-0 count to Esquivel. And he'll draw a walk and be at first base now for Juju Martinez, number 28, playing third base today.
You shocked me twice. I know, I'm so mad right now. You shocked me twice. You shocked me. I didn't shock anybody. I know. You do that? Yeah, chill out.
Just need to grab the rope and keep pulling now. Everybody hangs on. Throw over to first base. Esquivel's back, no problem. Got some big rain clouds rolling in from the left. Another reason we're only with one camera angle today. Esquivel conservative lead at first. Actually, I don't even know. I don't think that's Esquivel running at first, since he's on the mound pitching. That looks like a different number down there. That looks like number 2 running at first base. Madden Pike. I think that's what we got down there at first. Courtesy runner for the pitcher. Yeah. Now we got some time management going on here with this trip to the mound. Although I mean it's defendable. BPA Cali up 3-1. Want to make sure your pitcher's throwing strikes. He's throwing 2 straight balls. Worst thing you can do is put runners on base for free in this situation. we got a bad connection, folks. Doing our best to recover it. But we got a lot of people at the ballpark here, so I apologize if you're not getting the quality you're used to from us. Martinez walks to first base. And we are struggling with network connectivity. I did not think I would say that. Infield fly. Batter's out. Tying runs at the plate, though. Not lost on anyone here in the park. Oh, there's a hard hit ball down the left. It's going to stay foul, though. Zach Estrada had some clutch swings last night in the nightcap game. Faces a 1-ball, 2-strike count from Brosterhouse. Good lead at first base by Martinez. Ball's outside. Clouds are rolling in. It's getting dark out here. Full count now. Runners will be off with a pitch. There's 2 outs. And they're getting ready to move. And they're going to be gone. And there's a ball that's hit. They won't be able to get the play at first base. Going to have to go all the way. Excuse me, second base. It goes all the way to first. No problem for the shortstop for BPA, though. And we're going to roll here to the top of the 4th. Your score, BPA Cali 4, SBA Bolts 1. You're watching SBA Bolts Baseball Live on Tradia. This is outside. Estrada, oh, excuse me, Esquivel called strike there. Once again, we're sorry about some of the connection challenges that seem to be happening down here. Boy, that's a rip. But played well by the outfield. Just got it off the edge of the bat. And I hope you're getting a reasonable picture at home on the device here. And that'll be it. We're rolling to the bottom of the fourth, where your Bolts will try to catch up here on a 4-1 deficit. Nice relay play by the outfield to cut the runner down at home plate. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. You got to be bumping close up against time limit. The game didn't start right at 10 a.m. Once again, I'm sorry if you are experiencing difficulty watching the game. We actually, as soon as the clouds rolled in, it was kind of like, that ball's going to get through. Be another base hit. They're going to send him again. They'll pick up a run this time. And the Bolts have the go-ahead run coming to home plate, and runners on the corners. 4-2 is now the score. Okay, so this is runners on the corners for the Bolts. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. We have a 2-run deficit. And at the plate here is number 11. Swings through a pitch. And that's Constantine. Ball's outside. You can tell by your camera shot probably that we don't have the lights on yet, but it's gotten pretty dark here and the wind is doing kind of gotten still. Throw over first base. Nobody's doing anything though with a 2-1 count and a 2-run deficit here in the bottom of the fourth. Ball's blowing away. Runner from first takes off, called strike. Tying runs are in scoring position. 3-2 count now on Constantine. Steps in there with one thing in mind. Barrel it up somewhere. Got one right up the middle. Shortstop's going to field it and get it out at first base. But the Bolts will cut the lead to 1. Constantine does his job, scores the run. Got a 4-3 game here. We're in the quarterfinals of the Super Regional NIT down here at Premier Baseball, perfect game event. And coach is taking his time walking out there again for the BPA Cali team. I'm pretty sure we started after 10 a.m. I don't know exactly what the time limits are. Let's know what the time limits are on this game, by chance. What are the time limits on the game? Ooh. So we got a little bit of gamesmanship going on here, man. I'm being told it's an hour and 45 for the time limit. Me too. Kearney's going to step in for the Bolts team. Had a good day, opening day with a base hit, and BPA's made a pitching change. Let's see if we can figure out who this is. Looks like number 1. That can't be right because I believe number 1 was Kim. Let me double check now. No, Hall. Number 1 is Hall. And he's their 4-hole hitter. I don't know how many pitches he's going to get, but only supposed to get 8. I think finally the home dugout's asking how many pitches you're going to give him. I'd be interested to go back and look at the video. Maybe I'm wrong on how many pitches you get. Who knows?
Let's go, AK. Go, AK.
Kearney steps in. 2 outs. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations. There's a ball that's fouled off to the right. Kearney's behind it a little bit. 47, number 47 for the Bolts. There's a ball that's hit deep to right field. It's going to drop down. That ball's going to be down. And Kearney has tied this ball game up with a long double to right field. And the Bolts are back in this game after a 3-run bottom of the 4th. And Kearney does his doubles dance out there at second base. Nobody says anything to him because he did the deal. Here's number 24, Luke Esquivel. Primetime player on the, he got a rip to left field. And that's going to be caught by the left fielder. And turned on it, got the barrel on it. But he hit it right to the left fielder for the 3rd out of the inning. And we're going to roll on to the top of the 5th. Bolts have fought back from a 3-run deficit. It is now 4-4. And BPA Cali coming to bat. You're watching Bolts Baseball Live on Tradio.
Yo, I know what that means.
Esquivel drops a deuce right on the outside corner. Not a guy you want to face if you're a left-hander. Throws it again. Not. I guess that was down. There's nobody on base. I'm sorry about that. Another strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Luke Esquivel kicks and deals, and wow. Even the batter was concerned about that one. Luke thought he had a pitch. I did too from up here, but I'm not down there where the umpire is. But batter turned and looked. A 2-2 count. Wow, what a great piece of hitting right there by number 14 for BPA Cali. Kept his hands in. That's Jacobus. Man, that guy's had he's had a monster game. Wow. Top of 5 here. Based on time limit, that's probably be the last. That's a strike. This will probably be the last inning. I'm being told these are hour 45 time limits here. Fielded foul by Pence. Two strikes. We'll see how BPA Cali decides to play it here. This is Rose, got pretty good speed at first base, and Jacobus. But a left-handed pitcher in the hill, too. Oh, what a slider. That is a masterful pitch right there by Luke Esquivel. Nice snap, good spin rate. Executed right on the outer half. Actually, on the outer edge. This guy's a powerful hitter right here, McDonald, man. I saw him jack one to right field earlier in the game. You got to be careful with him. I guess everybody in these tournaments has power. That's a good pitch. Esquivel won the battle on that one. Runner faked the break. McDonald got a reasonable cut on it, fouled it off to the right. Esquivel's in front, 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Wind picks up. Flag is blowing from right to left. It's been kind of the consistent wind route, maybe even blowing in. Up and away. Runner takes off. Wow, that's a rip to right field. It's going to be over his head. And that'll be they're going to get him at second, though. Yep, great relay to second base. Heck of a rip by McDonald. BPA will have a runner on third, but there will be 2 outs in the inning.
Hey, boys, you guys start warming up. Let's go. Let's go over there for now.
So we're the SBA side.
This is the 4-hole hitter. I think he got the bat on as well. But I'll tell you what, really quick hands by McDonald. And he jacked it over the right fielder's head. But excellent fundamentals on the cut play to get it in from the outfield through the second baseman to the shortstop, covering to pick him off going to second. There's a strike. It's a good starter pitch right there. Off-speed curveball. Probably comes back here with the hard slider away, maybe. Fastball. Hammered the outer edge. No balls and 2 strikes. I know the coach over at first base kicking himself for sending that runner to second. Oh, and there's a rip. Be a one-hopper to the shortstop. Should be an easy play, and it is. And the Bolts escape a potential rally by the BPA Cali. We're rolling to the bottom of 5th. Your score, 14U, SBA Bolts, National Team 14, BPA Cali, 4, BPA Cali 4. We're tied. We're going to the bottom of 5th. Okay, we got the bottom of the 5th here at in Tomball, where we got a tie ball game between the SBU Bolts and BPA Cali. Really been a great game to watch, folks. Hopefully you've enjoyed it on Tradio. If BPA, that's a called strike. If BPA, if the Bolts win the game, we'll be bringing you the next game on Bolts Baseball Live here on Tradio. I'll tell you what, when the umpire uses his right hand to communicate, where he thinks the pitch is, that's just bad mechanics. The right hand only goes up when it's a strike. There's a ball that's hit hard to the left. It's kicked. It's Juju Martinez is going to be on first base with some speed for the Bolts here. Martinez was originally playing third base today. And this is number 27, Isaiah Torres. Might be called upon to bunt here to move Martinez to second base. We'll see. Martinez good speed too with a right-hander on the mound. Boom, takes a cut. Moderate lead at first by Martinez. Nothing crazy. His winning run. Torres rips one down the line. It's just foul by about 4 feet between the first base bag and the first base coach. Ripped it. The ball may have been one of the hardest I've seen. Does have 2 strikes on him now. Got to put the ball in place somewhere. Not going to get anything to hit for the next 2 pitches, I wouldn't think. Yep, good pitch by the pitcher right there. And away, fastball. Ball, strike 3, right on the inside corner. I know that he's not going to like that one, but I'll tell you what, you know, from where we were, that looked like a strike. Tough take. 1 down now for the BPA Cali team. Zach Estrada, DH for the Bolts. Trying to do some damage here. Martinez takes off from first. He got a good jump, and he's going to be in there safe. Yes, sir. Martinez just kept pushing on his lead. Just kept getting looks. No throwovers. Took advantage of it, got a good jump, has a really nice lead at second base right now. He shortens it up. With 1 out, I'm not sure there's any plays to do except give everybody a chance to drive them in. That ball hit him on the head. Did it hit him on his helmet, or did it hit him in the bat? I think he got him in the helmet. He'll be down at first base. 2 runners on, but in the grand scheme of things, not really that big of a deal because it sets up the force play anyway. The runner at second base is the one that's going to take you down. So probably we're going to pitch to him carefully anyway. Pence, number 38, Pence, steps in there. Infield flies in effect. I saw the umpires signal each other, and of course, if you watch Tradio, you know that's first and second, or bases loaded with less than 2 outs. The whole reason behind that infield fly is that somebody can't drop a fly ball and turn a double play. And the reason they don't do it with a runner on first base is because the batter runner should be running full speed anyway. Two strikes now.
Guys, he's going to broadcast. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Pence stands in. Got 2 on him. Got the winning run at second base for the Bolts. Takes high. That's Hall on the hill for the BPA Cali team. Done a really good job. Came in, I guess, last inning. And just been hammering the heat. Good leads on the bases. That's base hit to the left field. They're going to try to score him. He stumbled. It's a great throw to home, but he's going to be safe, and the Bolts are going to win the ball game, I believe. If time's expired. Nope. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay. One out. Runners on first and third. Don't know. I could have sworn that was a ball game. Well, with one out, probably going to take every pitch. Burn some time.
Luckily, I got that steal at home. I almost got it. I wasn't expecting it.
Okay, so he looked at his clock now. Realizes it's an hour 45. That's a ball game, folks. Bolts come back from a 4-1 deficit, and they'll be moving on to the semifinals here down in Tomball, Texas. This is the 2024 Super Regional NIT. What an awesome game we just saw. We saw a great one last night. We saw another one, a fantastic matchup between the BPA Cali baseball program and the SBA Bolts. Teams shake hands across home plate, and we'll be around for the next game, depending on where it is. You've been watching Bolts Baseball Live on Tradio. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Walked off by trying the guy. And is he pitched yet? No. He's probably going in this.